are welcome to the Wealthy Continent channel, the channel dedicated to the great people and continent of Africa. Remember, it is not a place that defines the status of the people. Rather, it is the people that defines the status of the place. As we continue our journey of financial literacy, we're going to be looking at the topic, financial literacy will eradicate the fear of investing. You know, people who are not financially literate or are not exposed to the world of investing, they will tell you, I prefer to see my money in the bank. I can see the figure in the bank. I know my money is there. They are afraid because no matter the type of investment, there's always risk attached. No matter the type, there are levels of risk. So the question is, how do we manage the risk? What do we need to do? That is where financial literacy comes in. And one thing you have to understand is this. Putting your money in the bank, yes, is a good idea, but is it the money you need now? Is it more than what you need? Is it more than what will cater for your emergency funds? If you have two accounts, you have money that you use to buy day-to-day things, then you have money set aside for emergencies, 3 to 6 months, 12 months, whatever it is that works for you. Now, apart from those two, any excess that you have in your account, is it meant to be there? Now, some people, because they are not financially literate and because they fear losing their money, they keep everything in the bank. We have to understand something. When you put the excesses in the bank without having a purpose for that money, and it's not money that you want to use, it's still at risk. What is the risk? The risk is, one, inflation is going to bite into that money. Secondly, the bank decides what kind of interest they give to you. You don't decide. The bank decides. So it is whatever the bank can give to you that you will take. Now, assuming you have 10,000, I don't know what country or where you're watching this video from, but let's say you have 10,000 or whatever currency it is where you are. Now, if you leave that money in the bank for 12 months, for 2 years, for 3 years, for 5 years, you are still going to be seeing the same 10,000 figure there. The question is, what is the value of that 10,000? When you put the money there, the 10,000 could cater for some things, buy some things. Now, 12 months later, 24 months later, 5 years later, can the money buy the same thing? The answer is no, because of inflation. So you are losing money when you keep money in the bank and the money is not working for you. So financial literacy will come on board and eradicate this fear when you understand how investment works. So I will encourage you. There are many videos we've done on finances. Get yourself into it. You will learn so much. The number one thing you want to do is be financially literate. Expose yourself to the world of investing. Expose yourself to understand, what do I want to invest in? Why do I want to invest in such thing? Don't just go with the crowd. Sit down. This is your money. You need to understand how this thing works. Find out as much information as you can. When you are comfortable with the information you have, when you have spoken with practitioners, those who are doing this thing, and you are comfortable, then you want to start taking some steps. The thing that you are going to invest in, not only are you going to understand it, you have to check the track record. How has it done in time past? What is the trend? You want to understand that. Don't be driven by profit. That I'm going to double my money in 6 months, I'll double it in 24 months. Don't be driven by that. Be driven by, this is going to work for me on a long-term basis, because that's investment. The investment is not short-term. On a long-term basis, you have a long-term perspective. Your money is going to be in the market for a long time. How has this worked in the past 5 years, in the past 10 years, in the past 15 years, 20 years, 30 years? Depending on what you are investing in, that is going to give you a peace of mind. You know you are in the market for a long time. You are not in and out. You know what it is that you are investing in because you have done some research. thorough research concerning where you are putting your money in. Now, time in the market matters because compound interest will work for you. The longer your money can stay in the market and you've invested well, the better for you. You can't just put it in today and take it out tomorrow because there are market cycles. You don't want to take your money out when the market is down. You want it to ride through the rough time and at the same time accumulate increases when it's going up. So you want to understand that, because when you understand that, it will keep you at peace. Another thing you have to understand is that inflation, instead of it being against you, will be for you, depending on what you are investing your money in. So instead of inflation working against you, inflation will be working for you. Lastly, you think about diversification. As you go on this journey, you become an investor. You learn so much through financial literacy. You speak to practitioners. You find out the type of investment you want to go into. How long do you want to stay in this investment? Which should be a long time. You are considering a long time. You look at the time you are going to be in the market for compound interest to work in your favor. You look at how inflation is going to add value to what you are doing. And if it's the businesses you're investing in, how will the business grow and expand over a period of time? Then we are talking about diversification. So you are not putting all your egg in one basket. With time, you start investing in other things. So when there's a downtime in one investment, other investment can compensate for it. This is going to be a learning curve. But do you know, the thing is that you'll be glad you went through the learning curve, because you'll be better off at the end of the day than just putting your money in the bank. It's not working for you. Inflation is biting into it. Then the bank decides what kind of interest they want to give to you. Let financial literacy give you the peace of mind that yes, you can invest. Yes, you can learn about investment. Yes, you can know about the type of investment you are going to do. Yes, that there's a long-term perspective to what you are going to do. If you become a student of financial literacy, you become an investor, you will see that you are better off at the end of the long term than just putting your money in the bank. 10,000 today is not going to be 10,000 in 5 years' time. 10,000 today put in a bank is not going to be the same 10,000 in 7 years' time. It would have depreciated in value. We want our money to work for us. We want to have value being added to what we have. We want our net worth to be increased, and we can only do this when we will invest. When we invest, our money will work harder for us than we do for ourselves. Lastly, I want you to understand something. There's an element of risk in everything we do. So once there is peace and stability in where we are, where we live, is an addition to our investment. So it's not just about the money we invest. It affects every other thing. How we live, what is happening in the society, what is happening in the environment. That must be considered as well. I want you to understand you are better off learning about investing, becoming an investor, than just putting your money in the bank. If you have been getting value from our videos, we would like you to consider subscribing to this channel, clicking on that like button and sharing with others. Remember, a candle does not lose its value by giving light to others. Thanks for watching. We will see you next time.